So this is our third asana of the series of Surya Namaskar, Sun Salutation, this morning. And I'm going to show you where the focus of what the energy center, what chakra I would like you to focus on as you are doing the asana. So you're here. You can bring your arms up and then bring them down, okay? As you bring them down, if you can bring your hands next to your feet, that would be great. Head hangs. And if you can bring your head toward your legs, that would be terrific. But here's the thing. I don't want you to compromise. I don't want you to compromise your neck, because in this position, the neck has the chance to just hang. And what happens when you're just hanging? The weight of the head pulls on the neck, pulls on these vertebrae, right? And so what happens here? You're creating a nice space between each vertebra. And it's space that can't get created otherwise, because when you're lying down, you're lying down. You're not creating space. You're very comfortable, but you're not creating space. What you have is a horizontal position. Whereas if your head is down, you feel the pull throughout this area, right? So you will read in many places, bring your head closer to your legs. Personally, I think that's terrific, but I want you to focus on letting the head just hang. And in letting the head just hang, then we can have that happen with the space between our vertebrae. Excuse me for a moment. Let me put Ollie out. Come on, Ollie. I'm sorry, Ollie's a new puppy. And if he's in the house, he wants to be with me. So I will put him outside to go play. Okay, I'm back. All righty, let me put myself on speaker view so you can see more clearly what I'm talking about, and then we'll do it together and I can see you, okay? Okay, so here we go. You begin here. Arms are at your side. You're going to bring the arms up. You can bring them either up this way, or you can bring them from the side, whatever feels right to you. So in this case, I'll bring them from the side. And then as you're breathing out, remember, when you're folding, you want to breathe out because you need to make space. If you're breathing in, your belly's going to get in the way of you being able to fold. So you're breathing out as you're coming down. So you come down. Don't do it yet. I want to show you a couple things. Feet are parallel. If you need more space for yourself, if your balance is off, you can open them up a little bit. And as you're breathing out, you come down. Now, you can either place your hands next to your feet, or you can wrap your hands around the back and let the head hang. But again, my position is you can bring your head close to your legs, but I want the neck to hang. I don't want you to hold on to the neck and bring it to the legs. I want the neck to just hang. The blood is flowing to the brain. The blood is flowing through the spine. You're letting, oh my goodness, so much good happens when you're doing this. That blood flowing to the head, to the brain is so important. That space between your vertebrae is so important. The stretch in the spine, the stretch through the backs of the legs, all of it. You know, it's a harmonious event that happens in the body. And then when you're bending over, you're also putting pressure on your organs. But if you're finding, now if you have high blood pressure, or if you have vertigo, if you find yourself getting dizzy when your head goes down, this is what you can do. So you can bring your arms up, but as you bring the arms down, I want you to bring them on your thighs. Come down, and I want you to stay here. If this is comfortable, you can let your head go down a little bit. If this is not comfortable, then bring your head back up. You can, and then maybe try holding on here. Start taking it in little steps. If you have high blood pressure, don't stay in the posture very long. Bring yourself up, okay? Inverted asanas are not good to be done for people who have high blood pressure. Now, what may happen is once you start practicing Surya Namaskar, then that may bring a lot of things into balance, including the blood pressure. But while you have high blood pressure, you have to be very careful. So the hands can be here. Don't put the hands on the knees. You either put them below the knees or above the knees. And then if you can bring the head down, you let it come down, okay? And then you bring yourself up. The other thing you can do is you can come all the way down and then bring yourself up. Give yourself a moment here and then go back down. That way, the head isn't remaining down the whole time. So you have several options. Play with them. But it's very, very important that you listen to your body, okay? And if you're feeling pain, if you're feeling dizzy, come back up. Bring the head up, because the dizziness may come from having the head down. Okay, so I'm going to put us all so that I can see you. Well, hang on, let me do one more round of me, and then we'll do it together, and I want to see what you're doing. So I'll show you from the front. Arms at the sides, feet are parallel, hip width apart in my case, if you need them to be a little more open, but I think you'll find that if the feet are hip width apart, they should be fine. Don't bring the feet together really close. Hip width apart is what you want. And everybody's hips are different. So some hips are wider and some hips are narrower. You can bring your arms to the side and up. Take a nice big breath. And as you're breathing out, you come down. So you can put your hands next to your feet. Now I want you to look at my head. It's hanging. And I want you, when you're down, if you're in this position and comfortable, I want you to kind of bring your head from side to side to make sure that the neck is relaxed. If you have issues with blood pressure or if you have vertigo, then I want you to do this. You come down, but I want you to stay here, right? Or here. You can bring the head down a little bit if you want to, and then you bring it back up. And then to come out of the posture, you just bring your legs, your hands up, just run them up your legs. And in this position, to come out of the posture, you can just come back up. Okay, you can either bring the palms together or the hands facing forward. I like the palms together because I have found that when I have the palms together in this position, it gives me more balance. But it's entirely up to you. Play with it, please. Just listen to your body. I can guide you, but you know what's happening in your body. So, okay. Any questions? Let me put us on gallery. Anybody have any questions?
One quick question. When we're coming up, if we're fully down, it's not important to go one vertebrae at a time. It's really a smooth standing.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
You may need to bend your knees a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. And you do one vertebrae at a time if you want to, but it's entirely up to you.
Okay, great.
Okay. Ordinarily, you're going to want to keep a flat back. Okay. And you come up. Remember, the focus is here. So I want you to feel as you're coming up, that continues to be the focus. Does that make sense? Gail? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to try to keep that back as flat as possible. Going
Great.
down and coming up, okay? All righty. So let's try it. Let me see. I'll talk you through it. And if you guys can turn on your video so I can see, just so I can make sure that you're understanding what I'm saying, that would be great. And let's do it together. But first, we're going to just go through the motion of it, right? And then just to make sure you're doing it right. And then we'll go into a more mindful way of doing it. Okay, all righty. So stand with your feet parallel, please. Mhm. If you can close your eyes at this point in time, do whatever you can, Mina, okay? Be careful. Just close your eyes. Your arms are at your side. The spine is straight, head is straight. Your eyes are closed, but the eye level is horizontal. You're not looking down, you're not looking up, horizontal. I want you to feel the energy as it's rooted into the ground. So starting from the belly button, from the waist, all the way down through the legs. Feel your base. And become aware of the lightness. All right. Be aware of this body, where this body is. I want you to breathe in and out through your nostrils. Don't go into the posture just yet, please. Mina, yeah, if you can just stand up. Right now, we're just setting up the stage for the posture, okay? Because I think it's important when we're getting to know the posture that we go into it understanding what the body is doing. Okay. Bring your arms at your side and start lifting the arms up. Up, all the way up. Palms are facing each other. Breathe in. And as you're breathing out, fold forward and down. I want you to try to keep the back flat as possible. And touching the feet if you can. Otherwise, touching wherever you can on the legs. Try to keep your legs straight. Try not to bend the knees. Now let your head hang all the way. Yes. Let the head hang so that the neck can hang free and loose. Feel the pull of the head on the neck. Turn your neck from side to side to see if you're holding on. There you go. And now just let it hang. Try to point the crown of your head toward the ground. That's it. And be aware of the tip of your spine. If you're getting dizzy or if you have high blood pressure, run your hands up your legs and keep the back flat and the head up. If you don't have high blood pressure, don't worry about it. And slowly and gently bring the palms together. Arms are next to your ears. If you need to, slightly bend your knees and start coming up very gently and very slowly. Take your time, please. Once you've reached that center position, stay there. You may feel lightheaded. If you need to open your eyes, open your eyes. Let the blood flow down. Breathe in. And as you're breathing out, bring your arms to the side. Palms are facing up halfway. Turn the palms down. Bring the arms down and finish that breath out. And bring that energy in. Keep your eyes closed. Let's do it one more time. Arms at your side, hanging free and loose. Become aware of this body. Now I'd like you to become aware of that point on the tip of your spine, your Swadhisthana chakra. That's the water element. It's water that flows. And in opening up that chakra, that flowing in you opens up as well. As you're breathing in, raise your arms up. all the way up next to your ears. And as you're breathing out, come forward and down. Now you're bending from the waist, back is flat, all the way down if you can. If you have high blood pressure, I want you to bring your hands at your shins or at your thighs and keep your back flat and your head up. If you're going all the way down, bring your hands next to your feet and let your head hang, just hang. Try to keep your knees straight. If you can't touch the ground, touch your body wherever you can, whether it's your shins or the ankles, and keep the head down. Feel the stretch through the neck. Feel the stretch in the spine. The stretch throughout the backs of the legs, starting at the Achilles heel, that heel all the way up the legs, through the knees and up. And become aware of the tip of the spine, your Swadhisthana chakra. Bring your palms together. Arms next to your ears. Don't come up yet. Arms are next to your ears. And as you're breathing in, keeping the arms next to the ears, you may need to bend your knees a little bit. Come up. Slowly and gently, please take your time. Keep your eyes closed. Become aware of the lightness in the head. Become aware of the flow of energy throughout the body. Breathe in. And as you're breathing out, bring your arms at your sides, bringing them down. Palms are facing up halfway. Turn the palms down. Bring the arms down and bring that energy in. No, we're staying up. We're not folding. We're not doing the posture. We're just bringing the arms down. Keep your eyes closed. And slowly and gently, open your eyes. I'd like you to do it one more time without my instructions, okay? Just do it at your own pace, listening to your body, listening to what the body needs, adjusting wherever you need to adjust. Excuse me. And begin now, please. If you need to stay for a moment, feeling the heaviness in the lower part of the body, whatever you need. Make sure your neck is hanging, crown of the head down. If you have high blood pressure, you can do that for a moment and then bring it back up. And when you're ready, take a seat, please. Any questions before we go on?
So, Margie, I found myself as I was coming up, I got like a stomach cramp. So I just kind of pushed through. This is just so interesting to me. When you first talked about doing, the sun salutations, I remember the first thing I thought was, I'm a Vata. I don't like, the kind of vinyasa movement. And I thought I have to say something. I thought, just don't, just experience it. The way you were teaching this is such a new experience for me. It's really lovely. It's deep.
Yeah. Yeah, sun salutation, Surya Namaskar is not vinyasa. Yeah, and that's, once you understand this, you understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that from the way it was always taught, to me in my earlier life. So this is great.
Yeah, good. I'm so glad, Gail. I'm glad you're understanding that. That's part of it, right? The understanding it and assimilating and letting it become part of you. And that's where the magic happens. Going through the motions and making this body strong is terrific, but it's more than that. So I want you to notice something. We begin with Pranayama, right? So what we're doing here, we're opening up our hearts. We're opening up our heart chakra, right? This motion here, you're just expanding. You're opening up. This is your focus. Your arms are strengthening, the muscles in the arms, muscles throughout the back. It's amazing when you just go into this, what happens in this whole area, right? You begin with that. You open your heart. Then the dance goes through. You come up, you open your throat. Create space, right? That Vishuddhi, once you get rid of that lump in your throat, what you have here is space. Okay, from there, we transition and come down. And our point of connection, if you want to call it that, is Swadhisthana at the base of the spine. That water element. Now we can flow. You can't flow with a closed heart. You can't flow when you feel like you're not able to speak or communicate. So you have to open those centers up before you can begin to flow. Look at the beauty of this, right? It's amazing. To me, when we talk about Surya Namaskar being a dance, it is. You're dancing through the body, opening it up and allowing that which needs to take place, but in a very sequential, deliberate way. So, but the one thing I do have to say, remember, if you have high blood pressure, does anybody here have high blood pressure? No? Okay. But if you ever do, or if you ever, I guess you don't want to tell anybody what else to do. You stay in your own lane, right? But anybody here, I can't see the other 3 people. If you do have high blood pressure, please do not remain with your head down. You can do this. This is, you bring the hands here, you keep the back flat. The position is still on Swadhisthana. Your head is up, and you're having a nice stretch throughout the body. The only thing that's not being stretched in that case is the neck. That's okay. You don't want to sacrifice one thing for another. And I think what's going to happen is eventually you practice this if you have high blood pressure, and your blood pressure will stabilize. Most of the high blood pressure that occurs is psychosomatic. It's mind driven, So yes, sometimes it can be because you have clogged arteries or whatever that may be, but most of the cases it's psychosomatic. So once you calm the body and the mind down, that blood pressure levels out. So, but initially, if you have high blood pressure, don't bring your head down all the way. And if you do, just bring it down for a moment and then you bring it up, okay? And then when you go to the doctor and the doctor says, holy cow, what's happening? We need to get you off medication. Then you can engage it with your head down, okay? But otherwise, don't do that. Okay, any questions about this? Any questions at all? Please feel free to ask. Now's the time.
The last question I have, and I understand we don't have the time now, but I missed the instruction on the second part, the opening of the throat. So that is just bringing your hands up and your head up. Okay.
Yeah. So if you, let me see, I'll show you real quick.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. You're taking the time to be here. I will show you. So I'm going to show you sideways because you can see it better sideways. So your arms are at your side. I don't ask you to bring your arms up from the side. I ask you to bring them forward and up because when we do Surya Namaskar, we come from here and up, right? But I don't want you to do the first posture. Just keep your hands at your side. Bring the arms up. You can bring them and bring the palms together. And then you're going to bring the head back and you're going to bend only so that you feel it at the sternum. I don't want this to be a big bend. The bend is here. Now it helps if you tighten your buttocks. So you're going to bring your buttocks in and you tighten the thighs. That helps you remain stable here. Having this curvature here isn't necessarily healthy. It's okay, but it's better if you can tighten the buttocks just a little bit, tighten the thighs, and bring the head back. When you have your head back, make sure your eyes are open. So as you're having the head back, I want you to be aware of this right here. This is open, wide open. You are creating the space here. And as you're looking up, if you're outside, you're looking at the sky. Amazing amount of space, right? So visually, this is being created for you too. So you come up, arms are next to your ears, palms are together, or you can keep the palms separate. I like doing them together. Then you bring the head back and you bend so that you feel it at your sternum. Tuck your buttocks in, tighten the thighs, nice firm base. And then as you're breathing in, you come up. You come up breathing, as you come back breathing in, and you come up breathing in. In between, you're breathing in and out, of course, right? And then to come out of the posture, hands at your side and palms down. It's in having the throat or the neck back like that you feel that opening of the throat. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. And tightening the buttocks and tightening the thighs really helps with balance. Okay. It really cements that base. I think I mentioned it last time. If I didn't, I apologize, and let me mention it today. But it's really a beautiful posture when it's understood, right? And okay. Did that answer your question? Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Margarita, do you have a question?
No, thank you. I don't have any questions.
Okay. All righty. Okay. So let's do a couple minutes of Anapana. Yeah. Anapana, which is the meditation that we were doing on the upper lip. I hope you're practicing this because it really helps you to tune into that subtle aspect of the body and the being. I don't know if you've been practicing, you know what I mean by that hurricane on your upper lip, right? But it's really a beautiful practice, and it's really conducive to settling in and going into the subtle aspect of our being. So if you can sit comfortably as you possibly can. If you have glasses on, take your glasses off. Hands can be in any mudra or just simply on your knees. Just be comfortable and gently close your eyes. Be aware of your breath as you're breathing in and as you're breathing out. Establish yourself where you are. Establish yourself where you're sitting and how you're sitting. Make sure you're comfortable. And now, as you're breathing in and out through the nostrils, I want you to feel the breath as it's entering the nostrils. Just the breath. Don't worry about the upper lip right now. Just feel the breath as it's entering the nostrils. Feels a little cool. And I want you to feel the breath as it's leaving the nostrils. It's going to feel a little warmer. Breathing in, feel the breath entering the nostrils. And breathing out, feel the breath as it's leaving the nostrils. And now, very gently, I want your focus to be on that space between your nose and your upper lip. We'll call it, for this purpose, the upper lip. So I want you to feel, as you're breathing out, the breath going across that space. And as you're breathing in, feel the breath as it's coming into the nose and going across that space. Initially, it may be easier to feel it as it's leaving the nostrils, but eventually you'll feel it as it's leaving the nostrils and as it's going into the nostrils. Let the breath be gentle. Don't try to make it a harder, bigger breath so that you can feel it. Just a normal breath, a relaxed breath. If your mind wanders, it's okay. Just bring it back to focusing on the upper lip. Being aware of the subtle movement of the breath. If it helps you, visualize the breath as it's leaving and visualize it as it's coming into the nostrils. And slowly, very slowly, become aware of your toes. Release the focus on the upper lip and let it be on the toes. Let it be on the knees and the hips, your torso, your chest, your arms, your hands, your throat, your head. Wiggle the toes. Gently open your eyes and close them again. Open them again and close them. And then one final time, open and let them remain open. Om Shanti. Namaste. All righty. Any questions? Any comments? No? Okay. All right. Well, then I'll leave you in your peaceful setting. You can continue